Well, those that get
A very
money, yeah,
small,
yes.
a very small percentage of women are getting the bag. So
A very small
majority
percentage
of
of
women,
people in general are getting the bag.
okay then. So majority of modern women are not getting the bag then, right?
Yeah, let's say so.
All right. So they're not getting the bag. So that, I don't know why you mentioned that. So what else are they doing? Because they're not getting the bag. What else are they doing?
I mean it more in a way like they're making money for themselves and able to like do the things
So
they
they're
want with their
being
own
an
money,
adult.
like travel
So
and
they're
all
being an adult. So they're
that.
being an adult.
And they help people around them, help the community. That's not being failures.
Okay, so they're being an adult. So having a job is you're just being an adult.
I'm asking you what will make you like a modern woman be a failure?
Modern women are failures because they contribute nothing to their community. They contribute nothing to society. That's positive. Everything that modern women have contributed has been negative.
And what is traditional?
What did you say? What
I
did you
don't
say?
really agree with that because I feel like there's some modern women that did contribute things.
What have they contributed today in 2025? Or
Well, it's not
2024?
only like 2025, like didn't start that long ago. But if we think about
Okay,
it,
so
like,
what have they contributed
like
to
generally,
today's
since like the
society?
beginning of times, a lot of modern women have
No,
contributed
we're not
a lot
talking
of
about beginning
things.
of time. No. We're talking about in today's time. What have modern women contributed to society?
Well, they make communities and all that. They help in research.
You haven't told me what they've done though.
Well, they help the community. They help that community. They do research. They get good jobs and
You
like
know what they
contribute to
did?
like science and all that.
No. I'll give you an example, right? Modern women,
Yeah.
smart walk. She did a protest for women to be 304s.
What?
You never, you did, oh, you don't know about it. You never heard
I
of
don't
the
really
smart
follow
walk?
that whole. No, like
You
I
don't know
know
what
what Amber Rose and
Amber
her.
Rose did a whole protest.
I know who Amber Rose is, but this smart walk, no.
Yeah, Amber Rose did a whole protest for women to be promiscuous.
She did that.
Yep. And she does OnlyFans. So she did a whole protest pushing women to be more promiscuous. She called it a SLUT walk. But for TikTok friendly words, I'm going to say smart walk.
Okay. But then again, not every woman is like Amber Rose. Like,
I'm not saying every woman is like Amber Rose, but I'm telling you, this is what she contributed. So, what have they contributed?
what have traditional women contributed that make them not failures compared to modern women?
They have literally built society with
And
their
what have they done to build society?
I'll give you one actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
In WW1, I always talk about
Well, I
this.
thought we're talking about 2025 though, because I could also bring you
Good
some women
point.
from WW1.
That's a good point. Today, modern women
Yeah.
are passing down.
But no traditional
Gener-
women. What have they done?
I'm telling you what they're doing. I'm not saying what they've done.
Okay,
I'm telling you what
sorry.
they're doing.
Sorry.
They're passing down generational wealth to their children. That is going to
Well, if they're not
impact
working,
their community.
well, if they're making average bag, like we just said, then
Generational wealth has
generational
nothing
wealth.
to do. Chi-Chi, generational wealth
Yeah.
has nothing to do with money. I
You
see
mean
you're
like the culture and
Nigerian, right?
everything?
I see you're Nigerian.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure you know your tribe, right?
Yes.
You know your language.
Yeah.
Do you know how you know that?
Parents.
Ah, that's generational wealth. That is generational wealth.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
is
but
what.
I feel like
That is what
mother
your
would
mother.
like-
Hold on. That is what your mother has done for you and her community.
Not really. I took classes.
No. You said your parents. It's not just no. Your parents. Don't
No,
switch
but like
back.
the culture and everything, my parents. But I took classes to
All right.
ago.
Your culture, your language.
Yeah, but let's
everything.
say like me.
Yeah,
for
that was.
example,
Hold
I
on,
speak
Chi. Hold on, Chi. Your culture, your language, your tribe. That was part. That is you know. A lot of women don't understand that culture is very wealthy. Very,
Yeah.
very wealthy. Like
Yeah, I
Asians.
agree with that.
You
It's
see,
really
like
wealthy,
Asians,
but
you know, Asians, they have restaurants selling their own food. That's their culture.
yeah,
You see how they become rich off their culture.
yeah,
So you are very narrow-minded to think that generational wealth is just money.
but when
Everything
you say
about your
generational wealth,
culture, everything about your culture, even nails. Someone even said it, even nails. That's a great point. I don't usually read the comments. Great point.
yeah, but
Nails was something that was passed down from their ancestors. Do you know why Asians like
can I
long
speak?
nails? Chi, do you know why Asians like long nails? Do you know why?
No,
Do you know
tell
why
me.
they do it?
No,
Because
no, why
in
did
the
he do it?
past, it was only wealthy people that could be able to have long nails. A lot of when you was in the underclass, you would be working a lot, so you wouldn't be able to have long nails. So when you had long nails, it showed that you was wealthy and you was living a certain life. And today, it's one of the biggest business that they have. The biggest business that they have. And guess what? They passed it down. They passed their culture down, and now they're making money from it. Before they weren't making money from it. It was just a symbol of wealth. Now BOK women are buying nails. So Chi, traditional women are passing down their culture, their tradition, and that is generational wealth. The fact that you know your
Yeah,
language,
but then again,
the fact that you know your language, your tribe, your culture, that is generational wealth that your parents, that your mother passed down to you.
Princess, can I ask you a question?
It's open panel. Go on, Cassidy.
Okay, so we had made a statement earlier
yeah,
about
but also modern
single.
women can still do the same thing.
Ooh.
Like
No,
give
they can't do the
classes,
same
teach
thing.
others about that
Please,
culture.
please.
Hold up, Chi. Hold up. Wait, like I was mentioning earlier about, we were talking about how single mothers are the ones who didn't initiate divorce, you said,
Yes,
are also
yes.
failures, right? So wouldn't they also be passing their traditions down despite them being single mothers, and also
No.
passing that generational wealth because, they still have children? Because you're making
No.
it seem like the main contribution is children. So wouldn't they count for passing down that generational wealth as well?
The issue with that is the stats say that they actually pass down degeneracy.
What?
The stats actually, the stats actually say that most people that are incarcerated came from single mom household. 70% of teen pregnancies come from single mom household. Most people that are runaways and are homeless came from single mom households. Most youth that actually, sadly, self-delete came from single mom households. They're not.
But this doesn't represent the majority, though.
But the issue is though.
Based on the youth
Source link for that article?
Hold on.
What article is
is it
this?
from
Hold on, Vendaya. The issue is as well. Not only are they passing down degeneracy, a single mom household, they need to understand that child is fatherless. That's not you're not.
So that
passing-
automatically makes you a failure as a child just
Yeah.
because you don't have your father in
Yes.
your life?
Yeah,
That's
it's
a
the
lie.
same thing. It's the same
That's
thing
a
with
lie.
father. It's not. It's not. It's the same thing. I'll say same thing
That's
for
a
the
lie.
father. I would say the same thing. A two-parent household If you don't have a two-parent household,
better off
you failed.
No,
parenting.
no,
Yes.
no,
Yes, you did.
no.
Yeah.
Well,
That's not.
are you trying to say
Say that
if
because
they're
I have
a parent
close friends
household
of mine.
and they're very
Hold on. Let Divine speak. Let Divine speak.
are
Go
you
on,
trying to
Divine.
say if there's a two-parent household?
Divine, we can't hear you.
I'm gonna ask you a question now, princess. Are you trying to say? Can you hear me now?